Hey YouTube, got the winch in. Yeah, it's a used winch. It's off of my other Polaris Sportsman 500 HO, and it's 2 years old. Superwinch Terra 35. Got that mounted on there. Some of my beef about this mount is they didn't really provide a full hole. It's like a half a hole in the mount. As you can probably look at one of my other videos, you can see that they only provided like a half of a hole there for the mount to mount onto. One word of advice: put that fair lead on before you put the motor in or the winch in. Makes it a lot easier. Hopefully I don't have any wind noise here. We got a little bit of wind going on today. I'll open up the deal here and show you what I did. I put the relay contactor up here in front. I ran the long cables up. I think I might have to tie this in maybe a little bit different spot right here to get it away from the brake booster, or not the brake booster, but the master cylinder reservoir. And anyway, I also hooked up the relay switch to, or the switch to the hot side, because I really don't mind using it when the engine's off. Not that big of a deal. Another thing I'm going to do here, there's a nice spot here to mount a battery, and I think I'm going to put a battery up here and then run the leads over to the contactor, the relay. And one thing was mentioned about an isolator. I think I'm just going to try it without first. My diesel over there doesn't have an isolator between the two batteries, so I would think I should be able to do the same thing. And then like the diesel, that one has probably more, the diesel has more length on the cables than these, and these are pretty hefty cables. Ran the other cables down there. Of course, they're a little long. I might have to do a little bit more of connecting there too, as far as tying back some of the cables so it doesn't flop around. Stuff. I don't think it will. I didn't have them all that connected up in my other ATV, and they didn't wear any. So, and what I did was I ran them down along next to where the brake line goes down to the back, and it comes out, it goes between the floorboards and the skid plate underneath, and comes out over here. Can't really see it. Let me see if I can I'm gonna shut the door in the garage and get some light from up above it. There we go. Can't shut it all the way because my hood is outside the garage door. There we go. Got some light here. You can see them. It comes up. I got a tie strap there. This one I've got to cut. And I got it coming over to the battery here. I know the instructions, some of the instructions say to use the short battery cables and then put the relay back here, but that would be a lot of wires to run back, especially if I hooked up the remote. I'm not sure if I'm going to hook up the remote wire. I'd much rather, I think, get a wireless remote for it later down the road. So I don't really want to cut any more holes in the dash than I have to. So there it is. And I'm just going to move this. I'm not exactly sure. It must be a relay or something in here. I'm going to move this out of the way, and then put a battery box right there, and from there I'll hook up the positive negative to the deal. The positive is the yellow, the negative is the blue. Probably doesn't make much sense, but that's the way it is. But anyway, works really nice so far. I guess I haven't tried hooking it up to anything, but I'm sure it won't be any different than what it is on my other one. One note here is you can see that mount there. You can see the new bolts. Look how close it is to the radiator. I'm not sure what Polaris's winch is like, but I'm guessing that is up front there somewhere, and it's going to block off some of the flow to the radiator. Bye, Tony. Anyway, so yeah, it is kind of close there. You can see part of the mount there. One of the things that was brought up is it's a three-piece mount, and yeah, I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure how much these outriggers do, but it's part of the package, so I put them on there. But another thing that kind of ticked me off, I lost a couple of the nuts and lock washers from the bottom two terminals here, and I thought they were just 1/4 inch 20, and here they're metric, so I had screwed up this one post here, but I think I'm fine. I might get a new one just to make sure that I have one on hand just in case something goes wrong with it. So other than that, it wasn't too bad of a job, and if you have any questions, just comment. And I wish these were a little bit shorter, but yeah, I ran one down and around to the bottom one here, and this one here on top is actually kind of long. It gets kind of close to the radiator hose, but yeah, it's the cool side going in, so I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal. So, well, there you go. Oh yeah, and then the switch, of course there's a lot of wire there, I just tie strapped it there to the frame, and then I ran it into one of these holes there. I did not cut a hole in the dash. I'm trying to figure out whether I should go like this with it or like this. I think I might do it like that, and then make a little bracket off of here. I took this switch apart thinking that it would be like a little snap-in switch inside of here, and it's not. I could see if I could get the switch from Polaris once too and put it in here and then use that instead. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching. For right now, it's workable. I don't know if I really want to drill any holes in my dash that bad. I might go see if I can get the switch from Polaris and then make that work. And I more than likely will have to get the plug for it too. There more than likely is a plug on here already, because a lot of times that if you look here, they actually supply some plugs here that are tied up, and I'll bet you anything this is for one goes down to the winch relay, and I'm guessing this one here goes to the switch. So yeah, Polaris is usually pretty good about wiring things up ahead of time, and you just buy their stuff, and of course it's just happy you can put it in without having to run too many wires and stuff like that. So, but to spend that much more money on it, I'm guessing the winch here for this one, if I were to match a 3,500 pound winch, of course it'd be a Warren, I guess, made for Polaris, but I'm sure it'd run about 600 bucks. This winch cost me a little less than 200, and the mount cost me about 70. So yeah, do the math. I'd much rather buy the Superwinch than buy the Polaris one and be broke. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.